What's up and welcome. So in today's video I get to share with you guys a detailed step-by-step guide on how to sew this beautiful palazzo pleated pants trouser. As always, it's your girl Uwa Apparel. Kindly hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So on the table I have my brown pattern paper. You could draft directly on your fabric, and so at the very top there I went ahead to draft my starting line, and from the starting line there I took a measurement to my hip point, which is 10 inches, and next to that I took a 2-inch measurement which will serve for our crotch depth. Okay, and the full length of this palazzo pants is 42 inches. So I went ahead to rule a straight line across the points which I had taken. So having done that, the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is going in by 4 inches on all the lines which are drawn out. I would also be connecting this point using my straight rule. So from that line, we're going to be taking every other measurement. So I'll go ahead now to take my waist measurement of 8 inches, which is 32 inches divided by 4. I also added extra 2-inch allowance on the side to it. Okay, so on my hip line, I'll be taking my hip measurement, which is 10 inches, and I'll also add extra 2-inch allowance on the side. So for the crotch line, I simply repeated the measurement which I took on the hip line. Okay, so using my curve rule now, I'll go ahead to connect the point from my waistline to my hip and then to the crotch line like so. So the next measurement which I'm going to be taking now will be the same measurement with that of the hip. I'm taking this measurement on the border line, which is the finishing line, and then using my straight rule I'm simply going to be connecting it together all the way from the crotch line to the finishing line like so. Next, we're going to be working on the crotch area. Okay, and to do that you can see me take a measurement of 2 inches on the crotch line, and using my curve rule I'm going to be connecting it back to the straight line, which was the 4 inches measurement we took earlier. And next, on the finishing line, I came out by 1.5 inches. So from that point now, you can see me taking a straight line from the crotch line to meet the point on the finishing line. So we have been able to shape in our pattern for the front of our pants trouser. So the next measurement I'm going to be taking is going down by 1 inch on the starting line, and then using my curve rule I simply connected it to the waist point like so. So that's basically it for the drafting of the pattern for the front of our palazzo pants. So I went ahead to cut out this pattern, and this I'll be using to create a sort of a pattern for the drafting of the back of our pants. So this is what we have. Okay, so I'll go ahead now to place this pattern on top of the pattern paper that we're going to be using for the back of the pants, and I'm simply holding the front pattern in place using my paper tape. Okay, so after this we'll start taking the measurements for the back of our pants trouser. So usually the pattern paper is not long enough, so you can see me holding it there. It's because I joined two pattern paper together. So to start with the pattern drafting of the back of our palazzo pants trouser, I'm simply using my straight rule now to extend the crotch line, the hip line, and the starting line like so. Okay, and next I'm going to be extending that crush measurement I took for the front by 2 inches. So the difference between the back and the front is 2 inches. Okay, the front was 2 inches while the back was 4 inches. And on the crush line, I went up by 1 inch. You can see me make a point there. And using my straight rule now, I'm going to be connecting that point there all the way to the starting line. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is extending that point on the crotch line now all the way to the border of our pants trouser. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to be connecting this back into the front pattern. So to finish the pattern for the back of our pants trouser, you can see me extending that starting line there by 1 inch, and I'm going to be connecting that point to the side. Okay, so that's going to be the difference between the front pattern and the back pattern on the waist area there. And after I was done, I went ahead to cut out my pattern. So this is what we have, and I went ahead to use my pattern to cut out on my fabric like so. Okay, so that's for the front, and the one underneath is for the back. So I'm simply removing my pins now, which I use to hold it in place, and I'll be keeping my pattern paper. I usually don't throw them away. And then you can see the area there, it's in two pieces, okay, around the flap or the curve. So I'm going to be stitching by 1/2 inch like I indicated with my finger. So I'll be doing this for both the back and the front fabric. So after stitching, this is what it is looking like around the crush or the flap area. So one is for the front and the other one is for the back. So I decided to attach pockets to my pants trouser, to my palazzo pants. Okay, so we'll be setting this aside now to work on the pocket fabric. So I have this piece of black fabric which I've already cut out. The length is 28 inches while the width is 10.5 inches. So this fabric I'll go ahead to fold into four. First in two like so, and then I'll fold again. So I'm going to be taking a 6 inches measurement on the side, so that portion will serve for the opening of our pocket area where you can put your hand through. And from that point I went ahead to draft my pocket curve. You could leave yours at a rectangular shape depending on what you want, but I wanted my pocket shaping into this curve, and I went ahead to cut it out. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is attaching my pocket fabric on the four sides of my trouser fabric. So you can see me holding it in place on the side like so. So ensure that this fabric is placed on the right side of your trouser fabric. Ensure it's placed on the right side, not the back side or the side that has stitches. place it on the front side, okay? And so when you flip it over, it's going to be facing the wrong side. So I'm simply going to the sewing machine now to stitch around that portion that I am indicating with my fingers, and I'll come back to show you guys what it looks like. So this is what we have. So you can see the pocket fabric on the side now. So I'm going to be stitching my pants trouser on the side along with my pocket fabric. So you can see the way I'm showing us the portion where we're going to be running our stitches. So I'll be doing this for both sides. So next we're going to be closing that flap area there all the way to the border area as I'm indicating with my finger. So ensure that your fabric for both the back and the front are properly aligned. So you can see the portion I'm indicating with my finger. That's where we're going to be running our stitches. So I'm done stitching on both the sides and the flap now. So the next portion I'm going to be working on will be on the waist. For this particular palazzo pants, I'm going to be using my elastic band. You can see that it is a bit wide, and because of the pleats, to make it more beautiful and to be properly gathered, all right, it is important you use elastic band on the waist. So I have my band here, and the length of my band is 25 inches. My waist measurement is 32 inches. So to know the actual size of band to use, or actual length of band to use, whatever your waist size is, just remove 7 inches from it, and that will be the exact band size that you would require. So the actual waist measurement of this pants trouser before attaching the band was 48 inches wide. So after stitching my band on it, it's going to shrink back, and then it will be my perfect size. So this is me stitching the band on the trouser fabric. I'm going to do this all the way around the waist portion. So this is what the waist of our palazzo pants is looking like. It fitted so well and I loved it. So the last and final thing we're going to be doing is folding around the border of our pants like so. So we have come to the end of today's tutorial video. I'll be seeing you on the next one.